Last week, I launched my second AI SaaS in just 30 days. In this video, I'm going to share everything I learned so that you can avoid my mistakes and move even faster than me. What got me started on this journey was a viral tweet from seven-figure solopreneur Peter Levels, who said out of 70 ventures he pursued, only 4 of them actually made money and grew. His takeaway from this experience was simple: ship more. This is why I set out to build 20 AI SaaS products, so that just one of them could make money and grow. Here I'll share my biggest mistakes and lessons on this journey so far. I launched my first AI product back in October of 2024. Coming from a data science background, my coding experience was mainly in training machine learning models and doing analysis, not building applications. Consequently, I made many basic yet painful mistakes when building my first SaaS. Here are the 3 main ones. By far, the biggest mistake I made was having 2 separate code bases for development and production. This introduced unnecessary complexity in the deployment process. I resolved this issue when building my second SaaS by using a .local env file, which would automatically put the application into dev mode whenever it was present. The second mistake was giving very little thought to how I organized the code base. The code for my first SaaS mainly lived in just 3 Python files. While this was fine when the app was just a prototype, after I added authentication, a user database, Stripe integration, and multiple web pages, this became a nightmare to maintain. That pain motivated me to spend much more time thinking about how I architected my second app before writing a single line of code. And the resulting project structure looked like this. The third big mistake I made was not deploying my app from GitHub. Although using Railway significantly streamlined the deployment process, there was still unnecessary friction in how I shipped code. Namely, I'd push code to Railway using their CLI, which required a few steps. For SaaS 2, however, I deployed the app from GitHub, which not only made the initial setup super fast, but also made adding features as easy as running git push. Beyond learning from my SaaS 1 mistakes, there were 2 big lessons that came up during the SaaS 2 build process. The first of which was learning how to code 10 times faster with AI. Before building my second SaaS, I primarily used AI to code by just asking it to do something and then editing the code myself. While this often works well for small things, there are the times that this completely goes wrong and I end up spending hours debugging and fixing the code, which ends up taking even longer than just coding the thing from scratch. However, my approach fundamentally changed when I started using Claude Code. Halfway through my 30-day launch window, I hit my usage limits of Cursor's AI features. This prompted me to pay $20 a month for Claude Code. Initially, Claude Code was a big shift from Cursor's UI. That's because 1, it lives in the terminal, and 2, it overwrites its changes instead of showing diffs. However, there was a key difference in how Claude Code worked that made the change worth it for me. Instead of Cursor's ask versus agent modes, Claude Code has a plan and auto edit mode. Key difference is that in plan mode, Claude won't make any changes to your code base. Instead, it'll write out a detailed spec sheet of the changes that it wants to make. This has 2 key benefits. First, it helps avoid generating code that has to end up getting rewritten anyway. Second, and most importantly, it keeps me informed about how the code base actually works, which significantly reduced the amount of technical debt I took on when coding with AI. Another good habit promoted by Claude Code's interface is doing git commits little and often. Without Cursor's convenient UI showing diff changes, I had to be much more careful about preserving the working version of the code base. Ultimately, this forced me to just implement one feature at a time and save my progress using Git commits. The second big lesson from building SaaS 2 was learning the importance of go-to-market. Coming from a technical background, sales and marketing are by far my biggest deficits. This, admittedly, caused me to underestimate the importance of these skills. My original plan for the 30-day launch was to spend the first 3 weeks building the app and the final week selling it. When the time came, however, I realized that 1 week is not nearly enough time for go-to-market. Since I can't turn back time and I need the practice, I'm going to spend the next 6 weeks on customer acquisition. While I'm still working on the launch campaign, here is the checklist I'm using to develop it. The first step is starting with the avatar, asking myself, who is this product for and where are they? The second part is the dream outcome, asking what does the avatar need or want. Third is mapping out the customer's journey to achieving this dream outcome. Fourth, once the customer journey is mapped out, writing all the pain points and problems that come up on this journey. The fifth step is messaging, writing down key words, phrases, or taglines that speak directly to the avatar's pains. And then sixth and finally, writing out a launch summary. So this includes things like the campaign title, the length, the goal, what channels to promote on, and the volume for each channel. One important mindset shift I learned going through this checklist is completely forgetting about my app when going through it. The truth is, people don't care about me or my product. They care about themselves and their problems. So any effective marketing campaign is going to focus on the latter. Of course, this approach could completely suck because I haven't tried it yet, but I'll give an update about my results in 6 weeks. So those are my main lessons so far. While I still have a lot to learn about building a successful SaaS, I hope these lessons help you avoid some of the mistakes I've made on this journey. If you have any questions or suggestions for future content, please let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for your time, and thanks for watching.